All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Hurry! Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 3 down. Set. Waiting. Zero.
On second down, here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Let him know.
Here's Bortles to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jarrett Davis coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
3 down. Odd. Lucy. Watch safety creeping. Alert 54 right here. Kill.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Devon Kennard in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Lucy. 4 down. Alert. Move.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Buying time to his left. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Hey, 22!
Back to throw, Stafford. Caught right side, Tate. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down.
Good job! Good stop! 49, check 49, check 49! You're set, 280!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, go here!
Stafford on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Omaha. 4 down. Check. Move.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't a crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. On second down, here's Fournette, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Key the tight end. Key the tight end. You got three. Three down. Check nickel.
Spread right, 72.
Check.
Move.
Fournette, a first down carry. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Double tight. Three down. Hey, check.
Throw left.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The pitch to Fournette. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Lucy.
We got three.
Lucy. Throw left.
42, Mike, 42.
Throw left. 372.
Defense.
From the gun, it's Bortles, eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And on the ground they go with a running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
3 down.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey. 4 down.
22.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down at Stafford. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Stafford escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go.
Tight end right. Odd. 5 down.
Green 80.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Green 80. Move.
Motion, I got one. Kill. Turn up. Turn up.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And now running right through him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40.
After the penalty, it's Fournette fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. He finds Sheldon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face a third down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Hank. Move.
On three. Motion.
372. Move.
Take it.
Move.
Hey, we're going Mike.
72. 3
From the gun on third down, Bortles completes it to Lee. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Jumbo, set.
3 down.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
3 down.
To throw is Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Single.
Hey, 22.
They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Bortles now on first down. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
Right here, tight on the right.
372.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Hank. 11. Move.
I'm gonna come back to you.
Hank.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
11B. Lucy.
To throw is Bortles. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Three down.
Set. 180.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
He finds an opening past the 40. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Now Doug Marrone not even hesitating. They're going to go for 2.
Check. Green 80. Sunday. Tonight. Green and check.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21 from the gun. Here's Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On first down, Stafford here. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st and 10, Stafford throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Stafford looks to throw again. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Tight right. Even. 4 down. Even. You just watch 88 over there. Just watch 88. Check 24.
Again, it's Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, baby.
Give the tackle to Tease Tabor that time.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Here we go.
The Jaguars on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Bortles to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Green 80.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Dumps it off to Fournette. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A toss running left, Fournette, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
We got 4. Move. I got motion, man.
Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Watch tight end. 76. 4 down.
Fournette on the toss to the right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
372.
40's Mike.
You.
You must be dreaming.
Hey, hold it.
Switch it.
Lucy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So here come the Lions now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Come on, boys, come on.
21.
Watch 84. He's going.
To throw again, Stafford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Spread left.
Check three. 40's the mic. Squeeze. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Here's a give to Fournette. A second spin.
Turning.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 31 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
49, check 49.
Move.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
That's it, baby. That's it. Man left, man left. 4 down.
372.
Now this time Bortles will throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it'll bring up third down. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Even. 4 down.
Short left.
Mike 40.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Steps, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on second down is Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Set.
Blue 60.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Jumbo, set.
Stafford on 1st down. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Throwing again. Stafford. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
The Lions on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Flush to his right. He can run for it. And oh, no, he lost the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football.
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
Lucy. Short left. Lucy. 11B. Short left.
I'm here all day.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. He's going to air one out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Set. Yellow 20.
That's what I do.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To the air again. Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And give him a gain of 37. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
we go.
Watch tight end. We got three, fellas.
You're set. 180.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
White 7.
Rip right.
Hey, give me radar.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. On the return, it's Coates. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
372.
He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback rolling left and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They run with Logan. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Go here.
3 down.
Stafford going to throw it. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd down, that's Logan. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
You're set. Blue 60.
44 is the mic. I got you, pup.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Lions, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.